After a very long day in port and I'm just about to get rest, I still received the last call in the morning and saying that the mooring winch number 1 is not working. And when I get there, they already pulled out the cables, so all I need to do is just to wait for the vessel to depart, and then I'll have much time to check after. So that's what I did. So this is the situation on our mooring winch number 1. So if you switch on and then you try to operate it, there is nothing, no response at all. So this morning when they called me, they were already pulled the cables out. So and I said, okay, let's just leave it like that and I'll check later once we depart from the port. So the first thing that we need to do is to check the control panel if it has power or not. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to open the control panel and then check what is the condition of the controller. So I checked all the fuses into our control panel and I found out that this fuse F1.2 is blown. So I just replaced this F1.2 and let's see later what will happen once we try the system. So this is the controller. We need to check if it is everything is in a normal condition while it is in off position, and then we will switch on the one of the controls up there and see how this one will react. One of the best tips that I can give you is, of course, to compare this controller to the other controller if they have the same status. So as you can see, this is the light and two. We put markings onto them in normal situation, and if we will compare it to the other control panel on the mooring winch number 2, and then we have the same indication, this and this two. So it means that is normal. So now we will switch on again that winch. So crew are still resting because we just depart. So I'm all alone. That's why I need to climb up and down by myself. I don't have my I don't have assistant electrician here. I'm doing all the job by myself. So we need to test this. And now, so this is for the winch number 1. It's color green. And this is winch number 2, which is the color red. So after switching on the controllers, these indications, 2 lights here, 2 lights in there, and 1 in here. So we will compare it to mooring winch number 2. We have 2 lights in here, 1 in there, 2 lights in here, and 1 in there. And they have the same as it is. So now we need to check what is wrong onto this one. So now we will try the mooring winch and how it will respond every time we use the controller. The next thing I did is to switch off both controllers and then check back our system. The F1.2 fuse blown again, so it means that there is a short circuit into our system. To check our wiring diagram, this F1.2 will lead you to this magnetic brake as well as to the K1.7 relay. And to be sure that this K1.7 relay is okay, then we will just remove or interchange it to the other control panel. We will use this mooring winch number 1 and number 2, and we will interchange them both. And then what we need is to measure the resistance of our magnetic brake. So we will test or measure it from the terminal number 13 and terminal number 14. And these are the 13 and 14, and this black and white cable will lead you to the magnetic brake. So I remove it. By the way, I switch off the control panel here, so everything is properly isolated. And after that, I carried out an insulation resistance test, which I'm getting 66.7 ohms onto one line and 32.7 ohms onto one line. This is line to ground, which means it is causing an earth fault. I am hoping that the coil is still in good condition. So we need to open this braking system of the electric motor and see what is the condition of this one.
Close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. What does getting deep now? What does getting deep now? Follow me around. Yeah. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, let me down. Can you let me down?
After we dismantle this magnetic brake, so this is the condition of the terminals and the cables. So I just cleaned it, and then I carried out an insulation resistance test with line to ground, and this is what I am getting. It improved to 452 mega ohms. And then we just need to put back everything and properly seal this one so that the water will not enter anymore. And we need to measure the proper air gap.
Speed. First speed mo muna. Second. Third speed. Ayun. Second. First. Stop.
After carrying out series of tests, then I carried out an insulation resistance test again, and this is what I'm getting with the line to ground. After that, I also did a load test, and everything went well and everything is in good range. And then we need to seal everything so that the water will not go inside or any impurities. By the way, I used multimeter, clamp meter, and this insulation resistance tester in this job, and then I asked the crew if they can do a repainting to make it look nice, and then the crew were able to secure all the cables that were lying onto the forecastle. And with what happened to MW1, I am planning to check all the winches on board to ensure that everything is in good condition once we departed from Bahamas. But for now, thank you very much for all your support and watching all my videos, and I hope you learned something from this video again.
Stop.
And this is your Lecky Jake, and see you.